Hello there everyone, Shibby here. Hope everyone out there's doing well and staying back once again with some more Pokemon trading card game pocket ranked matches. And in today's video, I come to you with an idea. An idea that I could win some ranked matches using only Miltank and Miltank alone and no other Pokemon in this deck. Now, why do I think I can do that? I don't. This deck will either fail spectacularly or outperform anything that I could hope and dream. Probably the latter, if I'm being completely honest. But the reason I'm trying this is because I just happened to read this card and just had an idea. If you're unfamiliar with what Miltank does, is as long as it's in the active spot, every turn that you attack, you get plus 30 damage that stacks each and every turn that you attack with Miltank. So you can only do damage at first, 10 damage at first. The next turn it does 40, next turn it does 70, so on, so forth. So it is a long and dumb strategy to try to keep Miltank alive long enough to do absurd damage, which is kind of hard to do with how quickly the meta decks can build in this game. So basically what I've got is one Miltank and a bunch of healing items to just see if we can keep Miltank alive long enough to do enough damage to net some wins. I'm going to be straightforward, as I've already said. I don't think this deck will perform very well, but maybe it'll still be interesting to see how I can find ways to just ruin any chance I have at winning. But we'll see what we can get done here. But yeah, if you're interested to see the entire deck list, I will have it in the description of the video below. But yeah, that's enough of me rambling, and let's go see what we can actually get done with Miltank and nothing else. I'll be back when I find my first game. All right, looks like I found my first opponent. Let's see what we can get done here. And it's an actual honest-to-God lightning deck. No Suswings. In my last video that I was trying to play a Charizard deck, I ran into 4 consecutive Suswing decks that beat my ass into the ground. So maybe my luck will be a little better. I see Pichu, Parachurizu, and Zapdos. So with Pichu in the front, this could get saucy fast. Because they've already got their Zapdos, or they're going to put energy into Parachurizu. Okay, makes sense. All right, do get a Mars here. Let's go ahead and put some leftovers in the Miltank so it can heal and feel. Now, as I said before, we are only running Miltank and Miltank alone. Because the effect of this card only works if Miltank is in your active spot. If you run any other Pokemon and they get swapped out or anything like that, then you lose your stacks. So we're just trying to running the one Miltank and see if we can keep it alive for as long as we can. Now I'm running 1 leftovers and 1 cape, and we just go with what we can draw into first. Now they're gonna bring in Zapdos next turn, and we're gonna have there's my cape, and we're gonna just have to hope that we survive the coin toss. If they get 3 heads, it's already a done deal. Now I'm going to take out the Pichu just to get points. And we have Whitney. Whitney is a key, is probably the biggest key in this, because we can heal 60 health from Miltank as well as undo most status ailments in the game as well. Keep Miltank alive here. So next turn, we can pop Zapdos for 70. The Electrical Cord's not going to do Zapdos any good, because if we KO it, then we win. All right, they did 100. Not good. All right. We're kind of in an interesting position here. All right, put another energy to Miltank. Now we're only going to heal 10 damage here. So that Parachurizu could KO us if they have an item into it. I needed one of my potions or something. All right, that tells me they probably got a Pokemon item. Am I right or am I right? Please tell me you don't have it and you're just going to do 40. Oh my god. This stupid dumbass deck is going to win. Because We have our stacks. I've got a Cyrus. We're going to bring Zapdos back in. And even though I didn't draw any of my healing items, which was what half this deck is, we're going to net a win with with our lone Miltank that had no business winning this one. No business whatsoever, but we did. All right, well, that's going to be the highlight because I doubt that I win anything else with Miltank here. But a good game to that opponent. Hopefully we can string some more good luck along. I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here, and we do get the good fortune going second, which is always nice, especially with this. All right, we got Miltank and a Giant Cape. What would be the best item to put into it? Giant Cape, we get more health. Leftovers, we can heal 10 damage after the end of our turn. Thoughts. We get Irida as well. So we have some healing items as well. That's why I know I didn't bring this up, but the reason I'm running Water Energy because we're running Irida, which I'm going to say her name 100 different times because I still don't know the proper way to say it. And we can heal 40. I've opted to go with the cape. So we're going to hope this works out. And we got, is that Malasada? I have no idea how to say most things. So we can heal. We can heal for 50 damage right now if we have to. And looking at the cards I had, I wasn't even paying attention to what they could be possibly running. So I see Psychic Energy. I wonder if they're just running... I was going to say, I wonder if they're just running Sylveon, but they're actually running Espeon. Alright, and they do heal here. Now, I think I'm going to bring that EV in. Just to make them waste resources. And give us more time to build up our Miltank here for extra damage. Because now we are up to 70. Well, they have an X speed, so they just kind of completely undid everything there. Now I can only heal for 50 here. Oh, that's right, Espeon can heal any Pokemon, not only itself. All right. We get another Irida, so that's always nice. So we're going to heal for 50 here. Going to put us right back at 100. I think this just is 10. Yeah, it is just 10. And next turn I can heal for 40. And we will KO the Espeon next turn as well. So we do have that going for us. Now if they evolve that Eevee, which they probably will, that will be a little bit problematic. Now please don't have an Eevee bag. Please don't have an Eevee bag. Please don't have an Eevee bag. I beg of you not to have one. Alright, what are you going to do here? Ah, you got Nurse Joy. Okay, so I don't know if I'll be able to survive another hit here because I can only get back up to 60 health. But we have a Whitney, so things just got interesting, actually. I think this only puts me back up to 80, though. Yeah, so not so interesting. I think we just lose here, unfortunately. Well, we tried. Probably would have been smarter to just swap in the Eevee, but even if I did, Espeon's just come back into KO us. We unfortunately didn't draw enough of our healing items, but This was more of the result that I expected with this deck, though it hung in there for longer than I thought. So not bad so far. We've won one, and that one was fairly close. We get a few more healing items and things to go our way, then maybe we can string together some more wins. But good game to that opponent. I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here, and the good luck was going to come to an end at some point as we go first, which is never something I like to see unless I'm playing a water deck. Because now we're going to be in the back foot a little bit because we can't attack instantaneously to build our stacks, and they're going to get to play an energy before I can. So I get their build going before I can as well. Still, my biggest criticism of this game, I wish they would add more incentive to go first, because really there's just no reason at all, hardly, to go first. There are a couple cards like Giratina and Mystique that can make it easier, but there's just some duels that you play that you kind of feel like, hey, had I gone first, I probably would have won that. And that's just unfortunate that it has, some decks can have that kind of feeling to it, but I'm sure everybody goes through that when they're playing this game. But all right, we do have a plethora of healing items in our hand, so there is that. So while I can't attack, neither can they. And they're going to put leftovers in the Ho-Oh. So we're going to need some time to build here. Which again is the biggest problem with this deck, is that we do have to have time to build, which is why we want to go first, or second, excuse me. We do have a decent amount of healing items here. And we can get into our game plan, which is just attack as many times as we can and see how many stacks we can get up. They're running one of each energy, so they're probably running Lugia as well, I would imagine. And our attack gets undone. Alright, we get another Whitney, so all good things. I would really like to see the Cape or leftovers somewhere in here at some point. Thankfully, we can undo a lot of what Ho-Oh can do. I mean, not undo the damage that Ho-Oh can do to us. Alright, now they're going to get their Lugia. Or another Ho-Oh. They get their Lugia. And Lugia will one-shot me. So even with the cape, Lugia will kill me. So I don't think we're going to be able to get built up fast enough to get into the old game plan here. This kind of kiboshes the whole thing, but that was my expectation with this dumbass Miltank deck. Yep, we're gonna need way too many turns to get Miltank going. I don't know if if I would have went first, would I have been able to KO Lugia in time, or went second? Excuse me. I think they had a ton of healing items. I feel like we probably would have been just short still. If we'd have had that one extra turn. I'm surprised they're actually going to keep Ho in. I mean, we're both just playing around at this point. They're going to tag in Lugia next turn. So, like, it matters. But at the very least, I can get 2 points. Why not? That's what we're playing for. We're playing for 2 points. Hey, there's our cape. We can get to 130. Because why not at this point? We'll play our Whitney. Get to 110. We'll play our Malasada. Get to 120. We'll play another one. I'm in here to be stupid, why not? And we'll take out the Ho-Oh. For all the good that it's actually going to do me here. Alright, Lugia, come on, take me out. We all know where this is going. At least they were kind enough to let me get 2 points out of this. Yeah, I technically win, right? I got 2 points, I got 1. Alright, well. We're 1 and 2 so far with Miltank, which is already above expectations. But let's see if we can... I'm going to go find one more match. We'll see if we can give Miltank one more opportunity to net a win here as we continue along. But alright, well, good game to that opponent. I'll be back when I find my next match. Alright, looks like I found my final opponent here, and we do get to go second, so that is good. I see grass energy, so I do wonder what they could be running here. Hopefully something that takes a long time to build up, and it is probably Celebi. Okay, we might have the time we need to make some BS happen. But we'll see if we can get that lucky. It all depends on what kind of start they have. Alright, that rocky helmet, I will admit, does complicate things. Because we're going to have to continually attack them to Snivy. But that's okay. We're just going to have to hope we KO it quickly. And we should hopefully have enough healing items to do us. Yeah, in order for this to work, we have to attack. I can't remember, if I'm being completely honest, if I put Guzma in here or not. Probably not. I think I probably just made the room for healing items, so probably not going to be able to get rid of that rocky helmet. So we're just going to have to continually swing into it. And hopefully they don't get a rare candy. Alright, so we got to be able to survive 50 damage. So if I attack, I'm going to drop down to 70 health. So we'll just go ahead and play the potion just to get back up to 110. Make sure no funny business happens, and we'll go ahead and we'll play our Oak. And I do see another Whitney, so we can heal for quite a bit. And we're not going to be able to take out Superior. So hopefully they don't evolve here. Alright, that's still not going to be enough health unless they evolve. I think we won. I think we got stupid lucky. Let's go ahead and play Whitney to ensure survival. And we'll pop them for 70. Thankfully, they could not draw into their Superior or Celebi. And we win a game we probably shouldn't have. Alright, well. We managed to win the grudge match with Snivy. But you know what? We're tied 2-2. I was going to end it here. But let's end this with either a winning record or losing one. Let's find out what we can get done here. I'll go find one more match. Alrighty, looks like I found my for real final opponent here. And we do get a good second place start. I see Steel Energy, so I do wonder what they're running. It's not Water Energy, so there's no hope for... Well, there could be hope, but hopefully there's no Suswing here. God, the last video I made, I will not forget it. Oh, okay, Solgaleo. I've not seen that in a while. But yeah, I just have nightmares from that last video I made. I tried to run a stupid Charizard Typhlosion deck. Played 4 matches, ran into 4 Suswing Giratina decks right in a row. And just sadness ensued is all I can say. Alright, they get both their Cosmogs out. And a Skarmory for good measure. So they're not running Shiinotic to pull Solgaleo, so we might have time on our hands. We do get a potion. Let's get energy into our Miltank. Let us play Oak to hopefully get more healing cards. And we get some leftovers. We'll go ahead and play that. Since I see it before I see the Giant Cape. Alright, let us begin. Just begin the journey of building up enough damage to KO something. Alright, I mean, just gotta hope that they don't immediately get Solgaleo. So hopefully there are no rare candies to be seen yet. And they can't attack yet either. They got both their Skarmories up. They do have Solgaleo already. Alright, well, we lose. Nothing I can do about this. I can't. Even if I were to swap Solgaleo out, it has the ability to just bring itself back in for free. So we needed the cape over the leftovers. Which, unfortunately, we didn't get that. But alright. Yeah, we can't survive a hit from Solgaleo, so we're just delaying the inevitable. We'll play Oak because we can. Get to look at what cards that we could have. There's the Giant Cape. Now you might be wondering, hey, if you really want a Giant Cape, why are you running 1 leftovers and 1 Giant Cape? And that's because I actually only have 1 Giant Cape card. So I split the difference by running leftovers alongside Miltank. That is why. Was not lucky enough to draw 2 Giant Capes over the course of this game. For whatever reason. But it happens. I'm always missing something. And they get both their Solgaleos out. And we're going to get one-shotted. Goodbye, Miltank. We barely knew you. Alright, well, we're going to go 3-2 with Miltank. Well, no, that's not right at all. We went 2-2. We won 2, lost 2. No, I was right. We lost 3. Or 2-3. I just said it in the wrong order. We won 2. We lost 3. That's a better record than what I thought I was going to get with Miltank, if I'm being completely honest. It could have very well and probably should have been 0-5. This is probably the dumbest deck I've ever built. So, of course, it wins 2 games when it should have had no business doing so. But we also didn't run into anything too meta as well that would have steamrolled us. But we made it. We made it through this. We went 2-3. I don't know what other decks I'm going to try in the future. I don't know what possessed me to even try this one, but we'll see what happens when we get there. But feel free to leave me any deck suggestions or maybe a better way to run a Miltank deck, I guess. Whether singular or as part of something else. But a good game to that opponent. If you did make it this far in the video, I do thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you feel like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.